dashboard. And we're gonna start walking through it. So the good news, guys, is we are launching the new Justine On app. You've heard the whispers. I've mentioned it in a couple of our presentations and a couple of our training sessions so far, but the time has come. So Justine On will be launching, probably should be released into the app stores from the weekend of the 1st of May. So you guys can have a look from about the 1st of May. You should see it in your app stores. You'll find it in the Google Play Store or the iOS App Store, depending obviously which device that you have. So that, in terms of timing, is when you can expect this tool. What will also happen is the old app, in case any of you were using it, it's not very widely used, but just in case yourselves or your teams were using it, the old app will disappear. And it will no longer be available. I don't think it's going to upset anyone terribly because it was very rickety for the last year at least. We were getting quite a few errors and it just wasn't working the way it needs to. But this app replaces that one, so you won't worry about that one anymore. Okay, so let me start pointing at the right screen. That's going to help. Okay. So the high level points about the Justine On app are, first of all, that you can get push notifications. So we'll be able to communicate directly with you through push notifications through the app. You will get first access to the digital brochures. You can see your account info and balance. And then one of the biggest draw cards about the On app is that you get access to exclusive content, which you can share on your social media channels, in your WhatsApp groups, etc. With your customers, with your inactive consultants, etc. So this is the one thing which is the biggest draw card, and you don't have it on any of our other digital platforms. So that's great. And then of course you can place your orders and work from anywhere you choose. So this is like the On app in a nutshell. We'll go through each of these and we'll give you a nice look through. I'm not going to do a actual demo on the real app today, because what I'm finding is when I share my phone and I show the information on the screen, we lose some of the information because it is a little bit slow because it's still on the QA site. So we're going to work through a presentation which has got all of the screenshots. It's got the whole journey for you, and you'll get a good feel for exactly what the tool will offer. So a couple of reminders in case you weren't, yeah.
Sorry to barge in. Can we maybe do a live walkthrough in the Diamond Leader call in May after it's launched?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Look, by that point, everyone will have also had a chance to fiddle around with it. But yeah, let's definitely do it in that call.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks.
Cool. Okay, so a couple of points which are really good to know, and it's also nice, cool information to share with your teams. So first of all, the digital brochure, so the IM brochure is much lighter on data, and the digital brochures are released on Justine On first. So previously, when you used to download and share the PDF from GI3, those files were sometimes up from 25 megs. They were massive, so it was eating up your data. And every time you send that on, obviously you're sending big data. It's passing the data problem on to everyone you're sending it through. Now, using the Justine On app and sharing the brochure through the Justine On app is going to take you 1 meg or less. Okay, so that's quite a big difference, and it's definitely much lighter on data than what you would have used before. Right, so we're going to go through the Justine On app now. First of all, the objective of this training is I want to give you a high-level view of how to navigate your way through the On app, explain the benefits as we go, and then, of course, encourage you and your teams to download and actively make use of this app. So let's start. So the first thing, as I've mentioned, is you will have downloaded the app from one of your app stores. Once you log in, once you have logged in, you're going to have access to all of this information. As always, you're going to log in with the same details that you log into GI3 with. So you will, of course, need to be registered on GI3. So for all of your new consultants who haven't yet registered on GI3, as always, we need them to register there first in order to make use of any of the digital tools. On the left-hand side here, you'll get a little look of what the dashboard will look like when you log into the app. And you can see that it has got the Justine coloring and that sort of thing. So that is a big win for us. So the first time you log in, this is what your login screen will look like. As I've just mentioned, you've got your account number and your password, which you'll get from your GR3 logins. Where if you have forgotten your details, at the bottom there is a link that will take you through to the GR3 Forgot My Details page. And there you'll be able to reset your password the way that you ordinarily would on the website. After you've logged in successfully, the terms and conditions page will appear, which we don't have a screenshot for yet because it's not displaying correctly on the QA site, but we'll update this when we share the guide out with the production. But you'll be asked to accept the terms and conditions. You'll scroll through them, have a good look through, and then you will click to continue and proceed. Okay. The first thing that it'll ask you to do after the terms and conditions is to enable the push notification. So now if we go back to what a push notification actually is, you guys are avid smartphone users, I'm sure, but you on your smartphones, whenever you receive a message from Facebook or an email or a WhatsApp, you get that little, you get an option for the notification to appear with the way the notification will appear on your phone. So you'll either get that little red circle on top of the app, on your actual icon of the app, and you will get the little message that pops up in your notification center that tells you what is happening. We recommend that you enable the push notifications for the On app, because if we send you a digital brochure, you want to immediately get a notification that it has been shared with you so that you can get it first. You can really take advantage of the fact that you are being notified and you can grab that content quickly and get it out quickly, as opposed to only later when you maybe get a chance to go and actually look through what has been sent to you and maybe you've missed something really important or something you could have jumped on during that day. So we recommend that you enable the push notifications. The next step is to confirm a PIN code. So now this is just security so that next time you don't have to log in with your username and your password and everything else. It's just quick that you can pop in this PIN code. For me personally, what I do here is I make it the same PIN code as my phone because then it's easy for me to remember. And then if your phone is enabled for Smart ID or Face ID, at this point you will be able to enable this. So next time, instead of putting the PIN code, instead of putting your account number and details, you're going to slide your fingerprint over it, or it's going to use your Face ID if you are using Face ID on your device. So it all depends on your device for this particular one, but there are different ways which it can be easier for you to log in. Then you land on the dashboard. Okay, so on the dashboard, top left-hand side, you're going to see the hamburger menu or the burger bar, as we've said before. So that's will be your little springboard into all the different places within the app. The right-hand side, you've got your little bell, and that's where you'll see once you're logged into the app, you'll have a little green button over it if you've got notifications you need to go and read. Otherwise, it'll look like it does now, which is telling me that I've got no unread messages. It then says, hi, Yolandi, or hi, Tracy, or hi, whoever has logged in, tells you the campaign and tells you when you've got until to place your order. Same as GR3, same as what we are used to. Then there will be below that the latest promotion or a piece of content that we specifically want to draw your attention to. So that will place on the dashboard. So usually it's going to be your latest brochure that needs to be shared, or it could be, for example, what we've had on the Avon one for the last month or 6 weeks or so, is we've had the lockdown message. So something really important about essentials and lockdown, etc. So this will differ. In fact, all of the content will constantly differ. It'll never be exactly the same all the time. So all these screenshots actually will become quite different. So we're showing you the screenshots obviously from a structural point of view, but all of the brochures and content will change constantly. Okay, and underneath the brochure or underneath whichever piece of content here, you will have an opportunity to open it or view it. You see this little plus over here. This is a little springboard as well, which is going to take you quickly into going placing an order or sharing a piece of content or uploading an image, but we'll take you through that in a sec. Okay, so now once we click on the hamburger menu, it will open up a menu on the right hand side here. Well, it will open up on your phone and give you the different options. So these are the different places you can go within the app. So right now, there are a few main areas of functionality, but we are constantly building onto this functionality. So right now, the main high-level things you can do within the app is you can place your own order. You can view all the notifications we are sharing with you. You will have a social media sharing hub where you'll share your brochures and your content from. And then you'll have a photo frame section, which is where you can upload your own content with an Avon frame and that sort of thing, so that you can share that kind of thing onto your social platforms. We've then got the account area where you'll be able to see your account information, so your balance, your credit limits, etc. And then you can also see your own profile. So you'll see what email address and phone number and address, etc. we have for you. You then have the help and support, which is where we've got a lot of frequently asked questions loaded so that you can go and check before you raise something. Hey, hang on, maybe someone's already had this question. I've got a quick answer here. And then we've got the settings where you can go and change your notification settings, etc. That's high level what's in here at the moment. And what I can tell you is the app is consistently evolving. So this is what's there at the moment, but more or less every quarter it gets an update with additional features. For example, the My Account and Profile was recently released. We're currently working on bringing in the order notifications into the app as well. So currently you get like an SMS when your order has been invoiced or shipped or that sort of thing. We're working to pull that into your push notifications here as well. So there's constantly things that we're working to improve. The social media sharing hub is also getting a little bit of a facelift soon. Okay, inside settings, this is what's available to you. You can log in with your Face ID. You can change it here if you don't want it to do that, or if you do, change your PIN code. And there's where you'll enable your push notifications. You can go back and have a look at the terms and conditions and privacy policies here too. Right, so now we've set up the app with our settings and we've decided what our preferences are. Now we can get into the features. First one is placing an order. So placing an order, what actually happens is it calls the same pages you're used to when you place an order on GR3 from your mobile device. You'll recognize the page on the right here. This is the mobile pages from GR3. So you're quite used to how these work. And it works in exactly the same way. We just packaged it and pulled it into the app. So everything works the same. You add your items. You've got your little search bar at the top, which is quite new. As you're adding items, if you change your mind, you can go and push the little dustbin and throw away each item that you no longer want to add to your order, etc. Online offers. And then, as always, how you would enter your delivery options or select a collection point, enter the number of customers in your email, and continue to the subtotal page before you submit the order. So all of this stuff is not new to you. You guys all know this piece, but it just now gets pulled into the app. The next part is your account information. And when you click on that, you will go to be seen, you'll see your account number, you'll see the date that you joined, your account limit or your credit limit, your balance, and then how much there is available. Also the next payment and the amount to be paid. In the profile section, again, you'll see your account number, your name, surname, phone number, email address, and you can scroll down and you will see the addresses that we've got registered for you. You can't make any changes to these in the app at this point, but you have visibility. Remember the process to change your addresses and that kind of thing. You can always do that with a contact center, or you can log into GR3 to make those changes. In future, we hope to pull that kind of functionality into the app. Right, the social media hub, this is the exciting piece. So when you click on the social media hub, you'll now land on a all the content we've got available to you to share out. So you'll find your digital brochures here. You'll find any content we've got loaded for special offers, any specific content we've created that is ready for you to share in an easy way. They could be videos, they could be GIFs, they could be, you know, GIFs are those little moving images. They can be more digital brochures, etc. So all kinds of things will be here ready for you to share. It's very easy to share. You simply click on the share button. It'll bring up this little share sheet, which is specific to your own device, and it'll pull up the kind of apps that you've got available to share things on. So in this screenshot here, you can see the messages, and it's pulled up the favorite contacts that usually you share stuff with. And then it offers you email, Facebook, WhatsApp. That's just what's on here. But you can actually share to Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Pinterest, you know, whatever your heart desires, and what is available on your phone, obviously. Okay. When you share it on Facebook, here's a little screenshot of how it will look. It'll bring through a little icon of what you're sharing, because this is now the digital brochure. Tell you which brochure it is. You can put in your personalized message over here. This is where I like to put my store name. So I would say, hey, check out this and this and this, click here, place your order. If I'm sharing a picture or a little GIF about a new mascara or a new handbag or whatever, I would add in my store link here so that they can go and order it. Okay, the digital brochure. You can also open it from here if you'd like to. You can't order from there, but you can open it and just view it before you share. Right, we've gone through our notifications. Help and support. What happens here is we've got a lot of frequently asked questions loaded in there, so you can kind of search through and see if there's something that answers a particular question you have. Alternatively, you can call us, and it will call the 0860 1023 number that you're used to. It will phone, making use of your phone's functionality. It's not phone functionality as part of the app, so it's not like WhatsApp calling. It is real phone call, so it will connect to the phone part of your app, and then you can also email Justine. Okay. This, once you click into the frequently asked questions, we've got sections like this, so you can, it's easy for you to flip through and see for a particular problem that you're having. This is the photo frame. So what happens here is you see that we've got these photo frames. Where the white part is where your picture would load. So you've got two options. Either you can go into your gallery and pull up a nice selfie that you've already taken, or you can click on the camera here and it'll open the actual camera part of your phone, and it'll allow you to take a nice new picture. Once you take that picture, obviously you're going to need to enable the camera, otherwise, but this is phone settings it'll ask you to do. And then it'll pull the image that you take into that little white section. You'll be able to choose which frame you want to use and save that image to be able to share it however you'd like. So in this particular example, they haven't done a selfie, they've done a picture of the Justine brochure, taken the picture, and then you sort of size it and decide how big you want it to be, and then you go and you choose one of the frames and you pop it on there, you say continue, you save the item, and then you can share it however you want to share it. Okay, again, this content, these frames will consistently change. There'll be all kinds of things happening. For example, on the Avon side during the lockdown period, we had work from home, flatten the curve, stay safe. During a timber, we might put nicer timber frames. There's all kinds of things. So this content will all constantly change and stay fresh and exciting, so that you can keep creating nice, fresh content so that you can keep things exciting with your customers.